All right, y'all, without further ado, today in particular, I thought it was a dope topic, and I wish D was here, but it was kind of one of D's topic at hands of sex before marriage. I think it's definitely with spicy today on what the fuck we're gonna be talking about, but nevertheless, too, I got a dope little quick little 3-minute video and kind of going over the ideal of people having their own standards, but even more so kind of go about when to. I don't like the word lower your standards. I would say alter your standards. I don't like when somebody was like, yo, I don't have sex before marriage. And then somebody like, oh, I do. Well, I'm not going to lower my standards to meet yours. It's not lowering your standards. It's just changing your standards, alter your standards. Don't say my standards is lower than yours. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, I would say alter your standards. So I got a dope little video. It's going to bring some good perspective on, just a little something to make you, okay. And it's by Steve Harvey. I don't know if everybody likes Steve Harvey, but he hit or miss sometimes, but I think I like him. So let's take a little video to play. So here we go.
All right, where's Sydney?
Right there.
Hi, Sydney.
So I've been single for about 2.5 years, and I'm waiting until marriage to have sex. So whenever I go on dates with men, I tell them up front, like, I'm waiting until marriage because I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste their time. And they're like, okay, cool. Like, I respect you. I respect that. Then, later down the line, they're like, oh, you were serious. Like it was a game. I don't have time for games. And so my friends think that I'm ruining my chances by telling them that up front. So my question to you would be basically, when should I tell a guy, like how many dates should I go on before I reveal that?
Well, first of all, take the pressure off yourself of having to come up with the time to bring it up.
Okay.
All you got to do is wait till he brings it up. He gonna bring it up.
Yeah, they always do.
We all bring it up. You've never met a man who liked you and y'all been on several dates and sex ain't come up. What? So take that off your plate and then wait to tell it. And then that's when you inform him that you're saving yourself for marriage. But listen to me, don't lower your standards or change your beliefs for somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Lord, word. Like
Tim Tebow has self-proclaimed himself waiting for marriage. He met Miss Universe from last year. She's born again Christian, he is. They decided to wait until they were married. Tim Tebow, this is a good looking dude. He in shape now. Ain't nobody want him. And he's engaged to Miss Universe. Did you see her? So that's not the problem. There's the right person out there for you. God is very fair. He will never not allow you to meet your soulmate as long as you're prepared to meet him. Now, you can block meeting your soulmate by doing a bunch of stuff to counter that in the interim. Example, if you're dating Mr. Wrong, why would he allow you to meet Mr. Right? So what you got to do is stop dating the men that you know ain't going nowhere because you know. You always know. You've never broken up with a guy and didn't realize, you know what, I knew it. You all know it because you have intuition. So if you're dating somebody you know is not going anywhere, why don't you stop right now, quit wasting your time, and sit and wait on your soulmate, because he will walk up to you. You're not going to have to go find him. He going to walk right up to you. Because we hunters, it's what we do. Thanks for coming. All right, Madison West.
That's a quick little video on that little thing. And I would say one thing with the video, that I don't know why people do this, but we all tend to do this too. We always like to bring up a scenario or a comparison of something that's not common. Like when he said the celebrity comparison, I'm like, bro, that's celebrities. It's not relatable to a common person, if that makes sense. So it's really, really hard to get into that world. But nevertheless, that's just kind of like my take on that. But Ty, bro, what do you feel about the video? Need more? So what's some perspectives you wanted to add? More of a guy perspective.
Hey, that's her decision, Power to her. I'm not waiting for marriage, but power to her though. That's how I feel about it.
Like your perspective on like sex before marriage, like has that always been your thing, or you said it's not your thing. So since it's not your thing, what made it be like that way? You was born and raised that way, or you just kind of learned to be that way?
No, I mean, I was raised to, no sex before marriage. I went to Catholic school, you know what I'm saying? So that was like embedded into our brain, no sex before marriage, all that religious stuff. Um, I think when I lost my virginity, that shit was out the window. Like it was just done. Like as soon as I lost my virginity, it just that just wasn't really an option. So yeah, I don't know. It wasn't really something to think about or anything like that. I don't even. Yeah, it's not even something I even.
Gotcha. So you said it was more so it was just part of your upbringing, and then like when you got into life, you're like, you know what, this may not be the best bet. But do you feel like you can automatically identify which woman you can kind of know your weight for?
I wouldn't wait for any woman.
Got it.
Yeah, no, I'm not waiting till marriage for any woman. Yeah.
Got it. Well, I appreciate you expressing that. And then what about you, Caitlin Gobb? What's your perspective on the video and some things you want to add with it?
I mean, I'm not the type of person that would wait for marriage. I was kind of just raised on, if you're gonna do it, be safe, don't be stupid. Especially with my mom, she had me in high school, which I think kind of geared me like, I don't want to be like no offense to my mom, but like I don't want to be like my mom having a kid in high school. So I just kind of just focused on school and sports. But I understand like waiting for marriage. I just think being to respect that other person's like belief on that, and also communicating about what your side is. If a woman tells you like, hey, I'm gonna wait for marriage, understand that, and respect it, but also communicate what you're trying to do, instead of just saying like, oh, I respect that, and then wait and like, oh, you were being serious. But I think being open and communicating about it is the best route to go, in my opinion.
Got you. No, not your opinion, your truth. I like that. Okay. And then Ashley Marie, your perspective on the video, and then what you.
Hey Taylor, wow. My perspective is I get both sides, definitely. As far as like waiting till the topic comes up, I think that's cool. I don't think that you should be like, hi, nice to meet you. My name's Ashley and I'm not sucking cock until we're together. It's like, that's a little too much, right? So I do understand waiting until the topic comes up because it's awkward. It's not like you would say, hey, nice to meet you. My mom has stage 4 cervical cancer. It's like, damn, bitch, I don't even know your middle name yet. So I do get like waiting until the topic comes up. I respect both sides. I don't feel that it's bad to wait until marriage, because at the end of the day, we're all going to be, hopefully we're going to get to 70, 80, and the dick is going to be limp. It's not going to work anymore. So the reason why you're so eager to be like, oh, I'm trying to get this pussy now and get it, it's like, calm down, little guy. Okay, put the pink thing up. It's going to stop working eventually. Viagra's not going to kick in no more. Just being real. So I think it's important to connect in other ways than just the physical. So I definitely do respect it, because just as much as females will step up to the bar and say, oh, I'm not fucking until marriage, dudes will do the same thing. Sometimes, yeah, it's because their dick is small and it's curved or some weird shit. But sometimes it's because they, sometimes it's the opposite. They working with a monster and they're like, hey, she gonna be dignitized and we gotta make sure we're not dealing with a crazy dude right over here, type thing. So I think that waiting is, nothing's wrong with that. And nothing's wrong with fucking before marriage either. So it's just what works.
You got an equilibrium going. Okay. Even scale. And what about you, Z-Dubs?
I mean, Ashley kind of said it for me. I mean, like if somebody comes up to me about it or whatever, then hey, like I respect it, but do I want to wait? Not necessarily, but it's just one of those things. Yeah, like I'm not gonna tell you right off the bat. I'm not gonna be like, hey, nice to meet you. Like I'm celibate. Like I'm not doing that. Like I'm not, but I definitely respect, people are willing to do that, but for me, I kind of want to know before marriage. I guess I'm sinning, oops, my bad, but I just want to know. I want to know if this is gonna work or not, because I don't want to be having a mystery. Next thing I get married to you, and then it's a little baby thing. It's that's a very scary moment. So yeah.
I think sex before marriage is more pertaining to like arranged marriages. I don't know, because like nowadays that's like a played out belief. I don't think people are even into
Some
that.
people do, people that are religious and heavy within their faith. Like I do know a few people. There's a lot of people, especially in church, they'll get married within 2 seconds after getting engaged because they want to fuck.
And I would ask them, how long have you been single?
Sure.
I mean, it's just that simple. Like, you must have been single for a long time. You probably possibly change your ways. Who knows? But nevertheless, the church ain't that, it ain't that cleansed in there. But we're not gonna get into that. Brian, you can hear me, bro?
I mean, I feel like we should.
Hmm?
Because where did that come from? Like literally, I'm sorry, Brian, where did that rule waiting before marriage come from? I feel like it was a religious thing.
Yeah.
So it's like we could dive into that and talk more about that. I don't know. Do you guys agree? Yes, no, maybe so.
We can get into it after Brian.
That has to be a religion thing, because me growing up, my mom also would always like be safe and all this type of stuff. But I started going to Catholic school like 8th grade. And once I went there, it's just like, now I'm thinking sex and all this stuff is terrible and bad and stuff. So
I think that's like a society thing. Like, you got have a religion and they tell you, no, don't do that, to prevent it from outpacing the dam. It's too much people being birthed, or just the birth rate, and that's the result of sex. But I don't know, it's interesting, man. That's a very interesting thing, how it sways everybody. But that's all you have to say about the video and everything, Brian?
yeah, I pretty much, I guess, agree. Everybody was pretty much saying what I wanted to say in a way. So I guess I can agree with what everybody's saying, all their insight. So I'm feeling mutual.
Gotcha. And then Taylor T-Dubs, what about you, T-Dubs? I know you came a little late, but what's your perspective on sex before marriage?
Hey y'all. I didn't really get to the video too much, but I agree with what everyone was saying. Personally, me, I'm not rushing up my legs for nobody. You gotta work real hard before I heard I'm big on like emotional connection over physical, because that's honestly where the physical connection is gonna come from. I mean, you want the sex to be good, y'all better have a good relationship. I think that's honestly any relationship really needs is, for the sex to be good, or even if it's not the greatest, it's still gonna be something you can enjoy and not look back on and regret, or not, feel somewhat satisfied from. As long as there is that genuine connection, y'all can have a conversation, y'all can laugh, because intimacy doesn't start 5 minutes before you want to stick the tip in. It starts at the beginning of the day. Like, how are you treating me in the morning? How are you talking to me throughout the day? Do I come home and are you in a good mood, or are you in a bitchy mood? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I look at you as a man at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? That can actually turn me on and make me want to have intercourse with you over just, you expecting that, because that's what comes with a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to just go through the motions. I want to actually connect and feel, you know what I'm saying? Have that moment with you and you only. So I'm real protective over me. I don't usually just give it up that easily, but that doesn't mean I'm here to wait all day either. Like, if I'm into you and I'm feeling you and I feel comfortable, maybe we can take that step. But if not, then you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cruising, you know what I'm saying? We can keep it cool and whatnot. But yeah, I don't have anything against, busting it wide open before marriage. You know what I'm saying, or not. But personally, for me, I'm keeping my legs closed until I know I can trust you. And I ain't gonna have to worry about my business being out here in the street. You pillow talking. Me trusting you and you sending it out to everybody else and granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's mine is yours and what's yours is mine. But I want to make sure we are committed on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to be fucking you and you fucking somebody else too at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this with each other. I'm not doing this just to be busting it wide open. But I have had some one night stands before, but yeah.
And we all.
No, I haven't.
We already went over that. You did.
I haven't.
We went over that.
When?
Exactly. You don't remember.
When did I have one night
Anyways,
stand?
we're gonna get into it.
No.
It's your turn. What's your perspective on sex before marriage?
I would say that. That's something I did want to say. I think waiting before marriage is like the religious thing is like symbolic too, because the bride wears white. White symbolizes purity.
You got some kind of static that's like shooting. You got to get closer. You got to probably pick up your phone.
Are you working out?
Closer.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, all right. So like I said, y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we good.
Yes.
I was saying that what in a wedding, like a lot of that shit is like it's very symbolic. Like the bride wears white, white means purity. Usually that's why they mean like, like no sex before marriage. That's why the bride's supposed to wear white. And yeah, I would say I wouldn't want to, because you gotta test the product, but I know it sounds like coke, but that's what my brain says. My brain said like Z said it. She said it. Right? You want to
Oh,
test the product,
I didn't say test
and
the
like
product. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
that's
Hold on.
basically what
Your
you're saying.
verbiage is hilarious to me.
Hey, let him finish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though. That's what I'm saying. It's like a woman saying, "I'll marry this dude," but she don't know how he acts, right? Like there's no action, but you don't know nothing about Buddy, but you like shit. I'll hop in, I'll find out. Then you fuck around and find out it ain't what you think it is. But hey, that's my whole thing on it. Plus, like, doesn't experience have to like take into account? And then plus, if she's never had sex with anybody else, wouldn't that come into effect later down the line? Like her thinking, oh, maybe I should have tried something else. Maybe there's something else out there.
Who do you
never know.
Who do you think values sex more in a relation in a dating phase or relationship? That I should say, woman or man?
Man, 100%. I mean,
Women.
it's just because why do you think it's women though? Because like don't women get like dudes shooting they shot, they weigh like a lot, and they know they could get it at any point, so it makes it less valuable.
Why do you say women? I mean,
Oh, Tyson, women?
Because man, don't let the societal norms fool you, dog. Women are a lot more horny than men. And check it out, man. I'd have been in plenty of different situationships where, maybe I'm abstaining. I'm abstaining just personally, and for the moment, to invigorate my creative flow. You dig? And the woman damn near lose her goddamn mind. It's almost like a crack fix, and they throw a damn shit. And you know what? The thing about women is that I think it's so funny. A woman will need dick, right? They'll want sexual relations with you. But sometimes it's just telling you, look, this is what I want from you. They'll just get into an attitude and shit like that, like acting all pissy and stuff. Soon as you lay that dick on them, smiling from ear to ear, happy as a shithouse rat. So yeah, I would say women.
But wouldn't that be due to rejection though?
They just may not speak on it though, huh?
I'm asking. I have a question like that. Wouldn't that be just the fact that they don't get rejected a lot? So it's just like they don't know how to handle it.
There we go.
As well as men.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Ashley.
Hold on.
What Ashley got to say.
He said Ashley. He brought it to you, Ashley.
Listen, Mr. Outlaw, we always love what you have to say. However, I would love to express, but Tay has his hand up, so I have to respect the hands. But we can come back to me.
Okay, go ahead, Reeves. Go ahead, Reeves.
Well, no, I heard him say that. He feels that women value sex more in the beginning stage of a relationship than men. But I guess my question would be to all men, because I feel like most men, like 89%, especially the alphas, like, can you because women can, but I don't think really men can do this. But can a man commit to a woman or a relationship without getting it first? If you can't, then you got to put the man first, because we value that more than women. We will never commit. Well, most men will never commit to a woman without knowing what she can bring to the table in that aspect regard first. I'm not saying like being cool or hanging out, but I'm talking about a committed relationship. Like, hey, baby, I love you. This is what it is. Without getting the box, come on now.
Well, unless it's the first love.
Confident.
Unless it's the first love. I mean, our first love, we fall in love with what we see more than what we feel. And then once we get it, we feel it's the best. And then once you get experience, that's when it changes that. And my take on that. But again, Ashley, it's your turn. Keywords, beginning stages, and you right. Yeah, that's what I get what he's saying. That's what I'm saying. He was most on the basis. Once a guy is the first in love, that it ain't really about sex at all. Like he just loves the fuck out of you like good. And once he get it, he ain't really know what to do. Once you get that experience, no, it's a wrap. You need to know you know what you're doing. But go ahead, Ashley.
Okay, Outlaw. Here it is. You wanted to hear it? Here it goes. You're right. Okay. Some of us females can be some horny bitches out here. Okay, I'll just say it like that. However, okay. Now you brought up a loaded topic here, Outlaw. Because some of us know how to withhold the whore trapped inside. And then some of us like to,
dragon.
you know, some of us gotta release that in a whore. So you brought up a loaded topic that I can't just shoot out an answer. It's not black or white what you said, because you brought it up in a way that it was complex and real, you know, formulated there. However, overall, men are the horn dog creatures of this earth.
You want me to tell you what he said
No,
in the simplest way?
No.
In the simplest way. He just said that men put their purpose over pussy. That's all he was saying. Put your purpose over that, and things happen. I get it.
Okay.
Is that not what he was saying? Put your purpose first. Put the box later. Put your purpose first. Get the box later. Put your purpose first. Get the box later.
Okay, we get it. Thank you, Jabari.
It had to be said 3 times like Beatles do, so y'all it really stuck. You feel me?
Go ahead, Ashley.
You know what, everyone? It's not funny, okay? And it's not a t-shirt. But Outlaw, if it is, we'll see it in the next collection.
Put your purpose first. Get the box later.
PvP.
Put that on the shirt. Put that on the shirt.
Okay, you put it on a shirt, Mr. Jim Jabari.
PFBL.
This some shit.
That brand will go viral.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it will, because it's so simple that it's so funny. Yeah, I can see it.
Purpose first, box later.
Purpose before pussy. I get it. All right.
And then you make all gym apparel, and then people will really be into it. A dude.
Okay, then you do
because
that.
of the current movement. I just might.
He on some ignorant shit like that. You know that.
Wow.
Nevertheless, I mean that's.
I'm not ignorant. All right. That's a bet.
He gonna pop up one day and had it on his shit. But nevertheless, like that's like some actually really good takes on that, like understanding like how the mentality of a man and woman plays a key role in understanding if you can have sex before dating. And it's unfortunate, women have more pressure not to have sex before marriage versus men are. Like for instance, if I had a kid, I mean my boy have sex before you fucking 18, I'm like, damn boy, you out there quick, all right? Versus my little girl do it, what the fuck have you done? Like you're damaged goods now. Like what is it?
So earlier before or whatever, I asked Caleb, I said, Caleb, if we had a little girl and she was shaped like me, how would you feel? Now, when I tell you this man
I can't really process that unless it happens. I mean, if it don't happen, then how?
So quiet as hell. I think Caleb might pass out. I don't know. Like he might lose his shit because clearly his girls, your girls can't do nothing. No fucking, no sucking.
I would just hope she was a lesbian at that point.
Wow.
I'll persuade her to be a man, low key.
Man, don't tell me you can't handle the heat in the kitchen now.
No, but I'm fucking with y'all. Honestly, I would just make sure she has strong standards of I'll be really present in her dating life, just really present. Like, where are we going? Really present. I'm the driver. What's up? Where we going? What we listening to? We're not listening to no booty popping music, no sir. Like, we're gonna.
No,
I'm gonna
man,
really.
oh man, don't be like that, Caleb. I got girls, man. I'm gonna say it's one of those things that you gotta constantly prepare yourself for. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that you'll never necessarily be ready for. But one thing I know is like trying to condemn or constrict a person only makes them want to wild out more. You
Oh
know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yup.
So I'm gonna love my kids, and like I like to say, this is just me personally. You can judge me, you can think, but I mean, I consider myself a bad bitch factory. You feel me? My sisters, to my mom, to my daughters, to the women that I court and date. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I feel like a lot of men they get with a bad bitch or they get with a phenomenal woman, but then they don't know they don't know they act like they don't understand what comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be with a woman if you're not gonna be able to handle the pressure or the territory that it comes with courting this woman. You know what I'm saying? That goes for my sisters, that goes for my daughters, that goes for the women that I'm with. I consider myself a bad bitch factory. So with that being said, I know that what comes with my daughters. You know what I'm saying? I know that a lot of men are gonna be after them. I know that a lot of men are gonna try to waste their time. So it's up to me to just instill in that again to give them those goggles. You know what I'm saying? So they can see the men that's approaching them or insight. And that's part of me too. You know what I'm saying? Not being ashamed of my past, you know what I mean? Telling them who I am, where I come from, and how I got to the point, you know what I mean? Because I'm not perfect or I'm not, but I'm going to be a lot more progressed, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have a lot more prestige at that point. But I got to let them know my past transgressions as well so they know how to move and operate as well in that sense, you know what I mean? So that's why I would just say, as far as was having, daughters or, being potentially in that realm.
I definitely appreciate you expressing that. For me, honestly, the biggest reason why I don't really intend it too much, I expect the mother, since she's built that way of the daughter, she will teach her the ways of the powers that she has. But
Man,
in that regard, when she comes to that recognition of what she is, I will let her be clear to her. This is how you identify the men who are here for you versus for what you are. What you are is
yo,
to a man for versus who you are. So I would teach her the ways of that to know how to identify a man. That's all I could do at that point. What she does with her body, I can't control. After 18, you grown to shit. Less than those ages, you belong to me. I gotta really be there to protect you. That's all I can do. I'm responsible for that. Once you're 18, I'm responsible for that. I have more of a clear conscience. Like, fuck, somebody roll up on you and try to get you, then now, all right, my duty is here. But other than that, I mean, we fucking world. But I expect you to do that. That's what we're with. I just want to make sure my son is out here.
I was late too, man. So the elephant in the room, I just wanted to say happy birthday, man.
Thank
To Zen over
you.
there. So,
I want
happy
to thank all you
birthday.
guys, all y'all for saying happy birthday. That video was so cute. Like, yeah, I was low key just all teary eyed yesterday. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Hey, yo,
We got to go out after this and turn it. So, treasure chest after dark might be cut short. Yeah.
shit, where we going?
Where we going? You saying
Where we going?
you saying
Nah.
me and Caleb are going wherever.
Hey, look, I'm gonna rock this shit out, you feel me? Then we're gonna be in the club together.
What is
you can see they ready. She
Throwing
got on the
shots.
hat and the coat. Caleb got on his shirt and they ready to hit the door. As soon as they hit, he ain't gonna.
Yeah,
That's fine. That's fine. I only got two more exercises.
Not the paper. Wait.
Out here every club.
I have a question for the women here. Why do y'all feel like y'all come across the wrong guy more than the right guy? Is it more so from teachings or influence of friends, or like why is that? Any woman can answer. You can start with you. You can start with Caitlin. I ain't hear you in a while. Taylor.
Why everybody so quiet?
I'd rather have somebody else answer. I know how to answer this one, but I'd rather have somebody else answer first.
Anybody act like, is that more teaching? Like, what did y'all wish y'all had better, like taught to you, or more around your resources? Like, what would make that much better to know how to identify the right guy versus always getting, unfortunately, the wrong guy? What is your version of the right guy too? Go ahead, Caitlin.
Are you going? Okay. I mean, I guess I'll go first. So I feel like with my upbringing, it was just my grandma and my mom, my dad kind of went off to college and had his own life. So I didn't really get that fatherly like upbringing on the right guy and the wrong guy. But I also have been in past situations where I get this facade from the guy, like
Johnny Vargas, Go ahead.
I get this facade from the guy, like, I'm gonna give you the world, I'm gonna treat you right, like you're just so great. And then it's like a couple of months later, it was like an all complete lie. So I've had situations like that, but I would say probably those two things could be the reason.
The persona of always falling for what you hear versus what you see. Okay. Okay, I can see what you're saying in that. Them words play a key role in a woman. Okay. What about you, Ashley? What do you, and also, I'm sorry, Kaylin didn't finish. Like, what did you wish you had that would have helped?
I guess being able to have that fatherly figure to be in my life, being able to talk to me about boys and stuff like that. And I mean, have a little bit closer relationship with my mom. My mom and I aren't really that close, so I also didn't really have that. I mean, I had like my grandma, so I could like talk to her and everything, but I didn't have that mom and dad type of relationship to be able to guide me for that. So that's what I'd probably say.
Got you. So the support from family upbringings to really be in your life to really help you understand that more and more. That would have been more pivotal in everything. Got you. Versus you learning on your own. Okay. What about you, Ashley Marie?
For me, as far as bumping into the wrong guys, I've always been such a genuine soul. So it's not necessarily something I'm doing wrong. I don't know if y'all have heard the statistics of the town that I reside in. Dallas is ranked, I believe, #1 in cheaters. The quality of men out here is poor. I'll just say that. What could have been done better is my mom shouldn't have moved her motherfucking ass out here with me. She should have stayed in the country in Louisiana, and I'd have me a nice old Southern boy, and I'd be cutting grass on Saturdays with my 6 kiddos running behind me, and I've been a happy little country bitch. But instead, I'm out here in the city with these city-fied, ruthless, raw dogging motherfuckers, and that's just what it is. What I've done now to kind of scotch guard myself on the city life and what that brings is slow movement. Out here, the city is quick. I mean, some of you guys are in major cities of the United States, so you know the city's quick, never stops. You can get food at any point. It's just like everything, convenience stores, open 24 hours, booty clubs, everything. Oh, quick. So one thing that I've done to scotch guard that here is there's no rush. And so the minute you display that there's no rush, the wrong types run, because for them it is a rush. I'm trying to get it in the next. I'm trying to get it in the next, and then I'm gonna bring you back in when I feel like, and then I'm toss you back out and in the next. So that's kind of what I've done.
And what do you wish you would have had to kind of help fast forward all that to be able to know exactly what the right guy is?
Again, just to know, like, because for me, I'm the only one of my kind. I'm the, like, my dad's mom got pregnant at 13. My mom's mom got pregnant at 16. My mom got pregnant at 15. So on both sides, there's no one that is as older as I am that has no kids, that haven't been in a rush. But to know that that is okay, you know, that would have gave me more security and not rushed into the wrong relationships. Granted, I didn't make life-altering decisions that would affect my life long-term in the rush, but I did rush into wrong relationships. So just the security of knowing that, baby girl,
you're doing great.
Yeah. You know, and sometimes we need to hear that the reason why
especially as kids.
Yeah, like, yeah, exactly. And sometimes we need to understand like the reason why things are uncomfortable for us all, which I feel like everybody on this call can relate. Like, you're like, why is this not comfortable for me? But I'm not doing anything wrong. It's because you're the only one of your kind and you're doing everything, you're doing it right, guys. You're doing it right. And I feel like I wish I would have had somebody to say, it's gonna feel awkward. It's gonna feel real. It's gonna feel so out of the norm because you're doing it right. You know, sometimes it's so easy for, you know, everybody's smoking weed, so you smoke weed too, so it feels normal. No, but I'm not smoking. You go against the grain. When you go against the grain, it feels awkward, but you're doing the right thing. So
That's some good shit right there. We're gonna snap it. That's the moment of thought. That's the moment. Yeah. I can that's some raw shit right there for sure, for sure. And unfortunately to say, it's very clear to see how that's required to take your family to another level, your traditions and beliefs. You have to go against the grain, evolutionize it. Nevertheless, what's up with you, Z?
Oh no, I'm not going after that. That was too good.
oh
Gonna shut it
There's
down.
only 2 more women.
No,
You
no,
gotta go.
Damn.
Or you gotta go.
Well, no, okay. So for me, honestly, like
nothing wrong with weed, outlaw. Nothing wrong.
That's why he went to Bible. Moses found
No,
it.
no, 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 no. Let me make that clear, guys. I'm not saying weed is the devil, like Water Boy's mom. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, you know what?
Burning
Anything,
bushes weed.
yeah, no, anything that you find yourself addicted to, like a portion of my life, I found myself like needing weed to go to sleep. I don't need, if you need something to do anything, then you have an addiction there. I'm not saying weed is a bad thing. Weed, smoke it, love it, rub it on your body, you know, rub it in. Weed is great. It's not, no offense to weed, smokers or the plant.
They
Put it
coming
in
out
your
on
vape.
so there's a lot in this
No,
whole-
don't feel
I feel
attacked.
attacked. He said I feel attacked. Go ahead.
Honestly, what I was gonna say earlier was that for me, like for the longest time, I can say that I blamed like my upbringing and like just, you know, my mom didn't teach me certain things. Like like my mom didn't teach me like about sex. Like it was, here's a book, look it up, figure it out. Like that was what that was. Not to mention my father passed away when I was 11, 12. So, you know, he passed away during the time of going into preteen years, teenage years, a lot of questionable moments. So I used to kind of like blame it on like, this is why I'm not picking the right dudes because I don't have like a father figure in my life. But once I got a little bit older or whatever, of course, it was just me like taking accountability because it was just one of those things for me that I'm attracting these people. Like I must not be doing something correct for me to be continuously attracting the same individual or the same type of guy or whatever. So in my like older years, I can say that it took me having to take accountability, you know, and realizing like what I was doing wrong, and then just taking those moments and just shifting and applying it in a different realm in regards to like finding somebody. So that's, you know, that's all I can say.
You have to figure it out because
Right for your loss.
some people wasn't
No,
there.
thank you, it's fine.
Wasn't
really.
there. I'm seeing a common denominator. What about you, Taylor? TW.
But I will say this real fast, Taylor, before you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
The thing is that like, yeah, not having a father figure around or whatever, I had father figures around. I just dismissed them. Like, you know what I mean? Like I had a brother-in-law, I had plenty of freaking uncles. Like, you know what I mean? Like I had a lot of different examples, but it is different when it's your actual biological father teaching those lessons, because I can just, you know, me being honest right now, I just turned 28 yesterday. I remember when my dad taught me how to dribble a basketball and ride a bike. And I remember when he took my training wheels off of a bike, you know what I mean? Like my dad did a lot of the outside activities and taught me a lot of like the outside stuff. My mom did a lot of the indoors, you know, cooking, cleaning, just, you know, making a house a home type situation. So, you know, like it's just different when you have like your biological family, like, you know, there, but I definitely had a lot of great male examples, and I still have a lot of great examples, you know what I mean, in my life. So, you know.
Gotcha. And that's what I was gonna get into your family. When is your mom and dad teaching you some stuff? It's just natively, it means something different to you as a person. It just automatically, and that's kind of more so persuaded upon society, making it very clear.
Yeah.
Your mother and father, they are the ones who they brought you in this world. She wanted to be a help to build you up.
Yeah.
And if not, then it's not as impactful, unfortunately.
But also, the older I get, the more I firmly believe it takes a village. It really does. Because the fact of the matter is that some of my biggest lessons that I've learned has not been from my parents, my biological parents. It's been from grandparents. It's been from uncles, like, you know what I mean? Just these little small gems and nuggets or whatever that I've been able to take. So it's just, like I will say, if I have kids, that's something I'll always encourage. If they have that favorite aunt or they have that favorite cousin or whatever the case may be, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want you to go ahead and talk to that person if I am not your outlet. You know what I mean? So, because it does take a village, because a village does raise, the proper child. That's just how I feel. But anyways, sorry, Taylor, go ahead.
TW.
Nah, you good, girl. I loved it. I was gonna see if you could ask me the question though again, Caleb. Just so I answer it right.
Okay, yeah, it was more so understanding, why do you feel women tend to get with the wrong guy more times than not? And because of that, what would you hope that you can, what would help you not be able to fall for that or been falling for that?
Yeah. Okay. I feel like more women get with the wrong guys because men are shit. And they don't, not all of them, but a majority of them don't know how to prioritize the woman they're courting as well as the partnership that's being developed within the relationship. They don't know how to do both at the same time. So it's like, you can find someone who's good, who seems all great in the beginning, but then when it comes to actually being a unit, working together, developing a lifestyle together, creating an actual love story, going through life, it's like there can be a complete separation because you haven't seen this person in different stages of life. You haven't seen this person in grief, when they're broke, when they're up, whatever the case might be. I think so much of the time they're so busy putting on this facade to like have a end goal, instead of actually enjoying the journey like women do. Women, we are lovers, nurturers, caregivers, intimate beings who want a genuine connection. So we're focusing on the connection, the beauty of the entirety of the relationship, the longevity. And I feel like more men focus on the right here, right now. And sometimes it just begins to clash when I think it gets a little bit more serious. And also it's just like women, when it comes to dating, it's more of a longevity thing instead of an experimenting kind of thing. So I feel like people compare the right way to date each other too much. Yeah, that too. Like, I feel like we also go back and forth on what's right, what's wrong, what we should see, what we shouldn't see, what we do see, what we don't see. We're so busy comparing relationships instead of just focusing on the one we got and diving into that, focusing on what's best for the person we talking to or what works for the person we talking to. It's like all these different things you're trying to figure out instead of having a conversation, just putting everything on the table. So it's just really hard to come to a common ground, I think, at certain points. And that's really where the divide starts to happen. Because I think men are great and women are great. It just comes down to, how do you guys work together? How do you treat each other? And personally, I was raised on being preached to every day, damn near, from my grandmothers, aunts, uncles, whatever, like about welfare, being on welfare, child support, doo-doo, day-day, taking all the tutti frutti, all the ghetto kids, having whatever, all the just the bad situations. So honestly, it's not even like, I don't think there's anything more that could have been done to prevent me from being in certain situations like that. But I will say, I feel like if I had more relationship with my family when I was younger, I feel like some of the things that I let go, I would have held on to, because I would have realized I should have stayed focused, because I had the love that I needed. But I think because I was just so broken down, I was so beat up, and I was going through so much, and I was alone trying to heal all this other stuff as a child. Like, let's be real, as a kid, all this shit, all these other people were trying to make me do on top of what I was already trying to push myself to do. It was just like, it was too much. So outside relationships became something that was needed for me because I didn't really have an inside relationship like that. I was too focused. I was too busy. I was too far. I was whatever the case might have been that would have stopped them from having a relationship with me. Whatever the shit was, it was honestly bullshit. But still, you know what I'm saying? I'm here today because of that. And I feel like if it wasn't like that, I would have been better off. But it is what it is, you know. So that's just my standpoint.
Gotcha. Well, that's some definitely raw stuff. You definitely said some key things that definitely make you think. And I think the biggest common denominator is understanding support growing up, especially in dating wise, that information from your parents or whatever is vital. So that's the biggest thing of, you know, if I had a daughter built like this, I would definitely just try to be as present as possible and hope that she understands, look, you can do what the fuck you want to do at the end of the day. But I know my words mean a lot to you. And even more so, you may hate me until you're 18, possibly. But once you're 18, hey, it is what it is. But I know I did my part to the best of my abilities. Because traditions nowadays, there's some big things that I'm definitely going to enforce, that I'm like, I'm going to be here. You may hate the fuck out of me, but I'm going to be here for your safety. That is my job. I don't care if you hate me or not. I will do my job and responsibilities and duties until you're 18 at a minimum. It may cut down a little bit because you're grown. Fuck it. But at that point, I will hope everything that I've done I'm still present in your life from the way you move. And this is simple. But Jabari, you had your hand up, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. She said Taylor said she wished that men weren't so focused on a goal or a destination. That's what everything's been about. Everything from the start to now for me, right? It's a goal. Everything's a goal. The amount of money you want to make, the things you do, how far you get in accomplishments, how far I move in rank. It's like it's everything for dudes is like you. I don't know if it's because there's like a miscommunication because like you know you're not a dude, but that's basically what it is. That's probably why guys are like so goal driven. And like that's the thing is like my chicken said this one time. She was saying like you said, just go with the flow and just enjoy the ride. You know what I mean? And I think it didn't hit until like I think the other day I had saw some shit and the guy was like, this guy was talking to me, he was like, you think that there's an end? There is no end. It's like it's a constant, like not loop of the same shit.
What's next?
It's ongoing. It's ongoing. But like a lot of guys we don't realize that because everything's been about a goal. That's all I had to say about that.
Yeah. I mean, that definitely ties into like working. Like, let's say, like you stayed in the military, right? You retire like 38, something like that. You always, after a job, you're like, what's next? More times than not, people always get another job and then they retire from that job. Us as humans, like, unless we have a next, we're going to feel like the end is near. So we create a next. We got to always constantly move until we die. And that's why the older generation is built different of that longevity of years versus I don't know what the fuck we going to be out when we get older. We ain't built the same way as them. Them motherfuckers be out in the yard, just touching shit and fucking with shit just for no reason. And they out there 70, 80, like, bro, why you still move? Why you couldn't go like that? And you see how like the key to actually living here for a long time is always moving until you die. Always clinging yourself to something, being purpose. Go ahead, Todd.
I was just gonna agree with that because my grandpa, he just actually turned like 85 or 86 2 days ago. And for the longest, we couldn't get him to stop working. And now he finally doesn't work. But before then, he was a custodian at the elementary and middle schools until like 82 years old, 83 years old. And there was a time where he, quote unquote, retired. And it only lasted about 3 months before he went back to work. And we were all like, asking him, like, Grandpa, like, why are you going back to work? You're 83 years old. Like, you don't need to be going back to work. And he's so funny. He was like, shit, all the people that I saw retire died. He was like, I ain't trying to die. He was like, I ain't trying to die. So I took my ass back to work. I ain't ready to leave the world yet. So that's what his mentality was. He said that all of his friends that ended up retiring, they ended up dying 6 months to a year after retirement. He was like, that ain't gonna be me. So he went back to work.
Happy birthday to Papa Outlaw.
Yeah.
Right. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Papa Outlaw.
And that's a big thing. That's just the secret of being here as long as possible. Attach your spirit to something that makes you want to be here and keep fighting to be here. It makes you feel belong. Because a lot of times when people retire, they're like, man, shit. That's why Social Security and all that shit is conducted that way. Usually retirement is like a 50 something or something like that, right? And in your mind, you're probably not gonna live next 10, 20, 10 years at the most. And a lot of your stuff you've been saved is gonna go back to the government. So you kind of work for no reason. So you want to understand how to free yourself from something. And once you free yourself from the system of hand, okay, what else can I do with my time? Not just be on vacation, not just doing nothing, but like, hey, let me get more attached to my family. Let me get more projects. Like, let me create my own purpose of being here and then feed off of that. And that's what feeds your spirit of you. That's what feeds your spirit to keep going. And that's for me, honestly, that's why, I always told her, like, the reason even for dating in the first place is to create a family and break a lot of things. Better yet, like, look, from that point on, I'm here because of them. I'm trying to be here till I'm like 100 and something. So I'm gonna be here for a long ass fucking time. My life right now times 3. So because of that, that's a hell of a purpose to keep me fighting and keep me going, no matter how long the age is. So I can definitely say that. But nevertheless, man, let's go around the room and get some key giveaways, in regards to tonight in hand with sex before marriage and even more. So a key gem you want to give about anything. We can start with you, Brian. Brian, you can hear us? You probably ain't got service.
You driving?
You probably driving. Okay, we can start with you, Caitlin.
Man, y'all always pick on me to go first.
Set the trend, set the pace.
I just liked talking about tonight because being able to talk about both sides and understanding it and like respecting it. So I really like talking about what we talked about tonight. One little thing I'll have to say is this will probably be my last Thursday time coming to Treasure Chest. I'll still be coming Monday or whatever, but I'm gonna be starting volleyball season.
She'll try to hop on late Thursday if she can. If we're still
I'll try, but I have volleyball practice 7:30 to 9:30, so I'll try, but I just wanted to let y'all know. But I love every single one of y'all and everyone's perspective.
Gotcha.
We love you too, girl.
I appreciate it for sure. And also too, if you haven't been noticing, like on my YouTube channel, I've been posting our Treasure Chest. So the one that just posted today was a conspiracy theory one. So whoever missed that one just posted today. So that one's pretty dope as well. But nevertheless, I appreciate you, Caitlin, for sure. And then what about you, Jabari? What about you, bro? What?
My key takeaways, I would probably say, what did I say today? I don't know, drink water, stay in the gym.
Product is king. Product is king. Make sure your product is good.
Actually, you know what? I got it. Purpose first, box later. I'm done.
Drop mic. Purpose over pussy. Let's do it. It's funny as shit. What about you, Taylor? Your farewell and your, key gems or anything.
Oh my gosh, Jabari that took me out with that shit. He said purpose first, box later. Okay. I would say, yeah, basically kind of like what everybody said. Value yourself enough to get to know the person you're gonna, decide to dive into it. So it's not so much of a deny later, and you're not, putting yourself in a situation where you're giving yourself up too soon, or you're giving too much up of yourself too soon. And that y'all are just on the same page, take care of each other and develop some type of relationship so y'all can actually communicate. So these issues don't have to come up. You can actually just enjoy what the relationship becomes, whether it becomes serious or just friends, you know what I'm saying? So just love life, love yourself enough to know who you are before you get involved with someone else, and involve yourself with people who are going to respect who you are and your decisions.
Gotcha. Love that. And what about you, Reeves, my guy, the wisdom man himself? Reeves, you there?
Yeah, my bad. I came too late today again, honestly, to really have a takeaway. So I just, took on what everybody else said, and I guess I agree with, what was it, Mr. Jabari or Ala who came up with the terminology, the phrase? PBP. Purpose
That,
before pussy.
hey, look, purpose first, box later. That's my trademark. Trademark my
Okay,
shit.
okay, that's what it is.
You don't want any key gems to give, anything like that? That's it.
For key gems. Well, one, man, I hate I missed the conspiracy theorists though, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I hate I missed that, man. I gotta go look at that.
We'll run that back. Monday, we're running back for Church After Dark. We can do that. That's easy. But yeah, the video dropped today. So I mean, you can definitely go back into that. So cool. Mr. Outlaw, what about you, my guy?
My key takeaway would be, have a sense of humor. Don't take life so serious. I think we all get into the routine of just taking things so serious and thinking about what we got to do, what we're trying to do, what we don't got, what we're trying to get. And we tend to forget that this is just a beautiful life at the end of the day. So I just encourage everybody to, take some time throughout every day, go outside, look at the birds chirping. If you ain't got no birds, I don't know what they got in Texas, but I don't know, look at some cowboys riding. I don't know, but just look at the sun, look at the clouds, maybe roll up a blunt and just, be grateful, be grateful.
Got you. I love that, brother. This dude said be grateful. What up, Z-Biz?
Well,
Z-Wiz.
first and foremost, not really any key takeaways in regards to this topic. Just because I don't know, I feel like everybody just has their own belief, just respect whatever anybody has to that they believe in or whatever. But honestly, thank you guys again for those birthday wishes and the videos and the 27 blunts, whatever the hell Outlaw was talking about, 28 blunts. I don't know.
He hit one for 28 seconds.
I probably would have still been high right now. So no. But I do appreciate you guys. And I guess one of the things I can say that I kind of was like learning yesterday, not even learning yesterday, but just definitely reflecting on yesterday, was that nobody is your biggest cheerleader but yourself. Nobody is going to be as happy for you than how you're going to be happy for yourself. Because, there was definitely some moments of me feeling super happy and excited, and there was people not as happy, and I was sad about it. But also I was like, you know what? It's okay. Like, as long as I'm happy about it. So that's just my little gem, my little, whatever, drop mic moment. And that's it. That's all.
Drop it.
Drop it.
Ashley Marie.
Oh, wow.
Here I go.
Animated like that.
I caught it. Did y'all see me catch it?
What?
So also I wanted to thank everybody for being here tonight. So thank you all for being here. Jabari, Taylor, Outlaw, Caitlin, Tay, my cuties over here. I'm just happy that you guys are all a part of this treasure chest on Thursday. So thank you. My takeaway, or kind of my gift to you, is a question. I want to challenge you all. Women, the culture of not being on social media in your bra and panties all the fucking time is something that's unusual, which is weird to me. Why is it that we feel like we have to expose ourselves, overly expose ourselves in every way? I challenge you to take it slow. And for the men, I want to challenge you, Mr. Pussy and then Purpose. I want to ask you a question. What if getting the pussy right after the purpose would neglect or negate that purpose in some way? I challenge you to not be so pussy purpose back to back. Maybe be purpose then pussy. I don't know. Because again, as good as your dick may be working right now, just like a clock needs batteries, that bitch gonna stop ticking, that dick gonna stop working. Just know that. So I challenge you men to not be so quick on the pussy then purpose. Maybe reverse it. And then, you know, you ladies, slow it down. So that's kind of my giveaway tonight. It's just a challenge, not just for you men, you fabulous, beautiful men, but also for you fabulous, beautiful women. I challenge you.
Drop mic. Okay, okay.
So
What she challenged us to do?
Oh shit,
Oh,
you missed it, baby.
Nah, nah. Don't you baby me. Don't call me
It's
baby.
recorded. It's recorded. He's gonna post it, and you can rewatch it and see what my comments were.
You know what? You know what? You might have to bleep these next few bars out, Caleb.
Nah, man, you good. Nah, so I can say this, y'all. The biggest thing is that I love that I always hear different gems from everybody, and I always take something from everybody, which is why it's a chest full of gems. Chest. Okay. I did that.
corny.
But now on the real though, I would say the biggest thing to give is the biggest thing I've seen in everybody is understanding your support system is vital in different categories of your life, and even more. And it's not because you want it to be that way. We understand that's how life is. You need support to know what a right relationship is, to know what a wrong relationship is. Versus that experience, now you're damaged and like, damn, I need to know. Now I feel like I'm in a right one, but I feel like I'm damaged because I didn't learn from experience, and not because I wanted to. That's just how life goes about. So I would say that resistance or understanding life just happens to us. Don't beat yourself up for it. Even more so, we make the mistakes that we do it intentionally. Oh, we feel like we're doing the right thing. Ain't no point in beating yourself up for it. I say it just goes, go ahead, Reese.
No, you hit on something, or you was. I feel like you was.
Yeah.
On something. And so I wanted to say, like far as like that, have we had it? Because I know I missed a couple of treasure chests. Has there been a topic about like making people pay for other people's past mistakes? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's a good topic. Like how what is being yourself versus holding a crutch or holding on to the past. So now you have certain rules or regulations that you make everybody go through because this one person that you met along the line fucked it up for everybody, or you know what I'm saying? Like when does it like, because sometimes I feel like people complicate things instead of going with their natural notion of, you know what I'm saying, or the chemistry, or the because you still got to have discernment. But I feel like sometimes, like, man, he might think I'm a hoe because this is our second date or our third, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean? I don't want him to think that he's doing too much, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't, gave him a kiss, or I told him I love him first, you know what I'm saying? It'd be all kind of pacifiers or blockers that be in people's heads. And I think that sometimes we punish a good person, because I've done it before too. Like, man, it's probably ain't probably about nothing, you know what I'm saying? Or she looked like something, so I'm judging her, even though I haven't even gave her mind a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because of previously of what somebody else looked. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a really good topic.
Yeah, we never made that the center point. That was like a treasure after dark, but we can make that a
So that was a conversation amongst me, you, and Ashley.
Yeah, that was
Honestly.
it wasn't a treasure chest thing, but yeah, we can definitely we can make that into a treasure chest. When you said when is like what I'm trying to
Making people pay for your past.
Making people pay for your past, and how to correct that. How to correct making people pay for your past.
Yeah, like what is having a standard versus living by your past. You know what I mean? Like having a standard for yourself, or versus like, I'm gonna put everybody through this ringer because I can't get God again, or you know what I'm saying? I didn't like the way that shit made me feel. You know what I mean? Even though that was in that moment, in that situation with that person. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes we come in with those blockers or those past resentments, or and we like look inside on like, hey nigga, you starting to give me some signs or some flags or this last, you know what I mean? It just be like that sometimes.
Yeah. We'll definitely make that into we'll make that into a topic. I like that. I think we all gonna be able to relate to that a lot, because we all unfortunately done that. And even more so, yeah, that's some definitely key things for tonight in particular.